Hi everyone, welcome to my next video. I'm Sarah Dawn, and today I'm going to talk about how you can ensure that you feel close to the angels and reap the benefits of having a strong connection with them every single day. And if you've seen my past videos or read my books or my blogs, you know how I've struggled with feeling depression and anxiety and negativity and feeling worthy of having the angels in my life. And that has really made it easy for me to stray from my connection. And it has sent me down a very lonely and vulnerable path several times. But through those experiences, I have learned just how important it is to maintain that connection and that closeness as much as possible, especially for those of us who are earth angels and light workers. So in this video, I'm going to go over the things that I have learned to be the easiest and most effective ways to stay close to my angels, and what I do when I begin to feel distant, alone, and depressed. So recently I've done a lot of videos about talking to the angels. So can you connect with the angels, how to talk to the angels, how to hear the angels, how to make sure that they can hear you, and all of that stuff. But the thing is, none of that really matters if you're feeling distant from your angels, if you're not feeling that connection, feeling like they're around you or in your life. That is one of the most important aspects of talking to the angels, is that feeling that they give you. But we live in this dense physical world where all the worries and the concerns and all of that stuff of day-to-day human life just takes us away from it all. It takes us away from our spirituality, from the connection we have with our angels. It begins to feel distant. And if it goes on for long enough, our relationship with the angels starts to feel like an old relationship. It's like a memory. It was a really good relationship, but it's in the past. It's over. So first of all, I want to make sure that you know that this is absolutely normal. This is just something that everybody is going to experience. Like I said, we live in this dense physical environment. All of our senses and everything are dominant, whereas spirit inside of us isn't always nurtured, and it doesn't demand our attention the way that the physical world does. So it's going to be normal for all of that to kind of take over and make you feel like you're not connected to the angels as much as you would like to be, and that is absolutely normal. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just part of being a human being. But if you're watching this video, you probably know that's no way to live. That's not the way that you want to live. Distant from your angels is difficult, especially for light workers and earth angels and any highly spiritual beings. We want to have that connection. We need that connection. We crave that connection. We need the inner peace, the direction, the guidance, the support, the love that our angels give us. We need that relationship with our angels and everything that it brings. So let's go over how I do that, and some of the ways I do that no matter how I'm feeling, whether I'm already connected or whether I want to feel more connected. This is how I maintain as much as possible, as often as possible, that closest in connection with my angels. So the first thing is daily card readings every day. Well, to be honest, it's not every day. It's almost every day I do a daily card reading. And a lot of times I do a reading that's called the Supportive Steps. I made it up, but it's 5 cards of tarot usually, and then I do another 5 cards of oracle to get some additional information. It's a very powerful reading that I really enjoy doing, but sometimes it just takes too much time, and if it takes too much time, I'm not gonna do it because there's so many other things I have to do, right? So that would just be adding to the stress and lowering my vibes, and obviously that's not a good thing. So recently, as I've been really busy with having just finished up my last book and trying to figure everything out and get into a new groove, actually what I've been doing is just 2 cards, and I decided, what do I need to do? Raise my vibes. That's very important, so things go well, because then I'm feel close to the angels and I'm attracting good things into my life. So I've been using this deck of Raise Your Vibrations by Kyle Gray, and I just pulled one card to see what do I need to focus on that day to raise my vibrations and feel connected to the angels. And then I follow it up with this. It's the Whispers of Healing Oracle card deck, because I feel like I need to go through a lot of healing. My vibes have, for most of my life, been pretty low. Things haven't turned out very well, and I know there's a lot of healing, either past life or this life, and everything that I need to go through. So what do these cards help me figure out? What do I need to focus on today, or until I draw the next card? What should I focus on to help me achieve what this card is telling me? So the next thing that I do to make sure I'm feeling close to my angels is meditation. Meditation is so incredibly powerful for feeling close to your angels, for hearing your angels and getting whatever information and messages from them that they have to give you. And it's just being still and being guided. Also, going along with the daily card readings, before I ever do a card reading, when I want to receive any kind of information from the angels, I always do my Be Love meditation, which you'll find a link to that video I did about it up here. And that helps me feel close and connected to my angels, and it helps me hear them better too. And when it comes to meditation, you don't have to do it for a long time. Even just a couple minutes a day is plenty, and it will help you have that connection. Just do as long as you feel like. But if it's hard, if you're busy but you just need to feel the angels there in your life, just a couple minutes, 5 minutes, that's all you need, especially if you combine it with some deep breathing. And very similar to meditation, another thing I find incredibly helpful, and I tend to like to do it every day if I have the opportunity and the time, is to just sit in silence. No expectations, nothing, just mindfulness and silence. And you know what mindfulness is, right? That's being in the moment, just not in the future, not in the past, just here and now. What is going on, and appreciating the moment and everything that's in your life now, and just kind of letting everything else fall away. So I like to do that, just be mindful and silent. And what I find often happens is I start receiving messages from my angels. I start getting insights and ideas, and I can just feel that it's my angels talking to me. So of course that it creates that connection and that closeness that I need to have. If you use this technique, another thing you might do is journal. Just sit in mindfulness and silence, and make sure to just have a piece of paper and a pen there, and you can just write, because I do a lot of automatic writing. I get a lot of messages from the angels. So if you feel the pull or the desire to write down some of the thoughts that come to you, that can be a great way to be able to go back and make sure that you don't forget what came to you in those moments of silence. So the next thing that really helps me stay connected to my angels is angel numbers and other signs in the physical environment, or in the physical world. So angel numbers are the most prevalent for me, and I think that's because that's how the angels and I kind of started out. This is also in the book, and I think some other videos, about how I was extremely depressed and didn't feel worthy of talking to the angels, and angel numbers, crazy amounts of angel numbers coming into my life, so much that I couldn't ignore them because they started to make me feel crazy. It was such a distraction from my depression and my wanting to end my life at the time. It was such a distraction that I had to pay attention to them. That's when I started studying, researching, and trying to understand what these numbers meant. So what I will often do is ask the angels to send a sign. Send me a sign that they're there to help me get back into that connection that I'm craving and longing for in my life, to be with them. And those signs can come in the form of angel numbers, or sometimes they're also like white feathers, pennies, shapes in the clouds, certain smells. There's all kinds of things that can be a sign from your angels. And if you need one, all you need to do is ask, and the angels will send it. And you will. I guarantee, if you haven't ever experienced this before, you're going to feel a closeness and a connection to your angels when you ask at one moment, angels, please send me a sign, just to reassure me that you're there. Thank you for being there. Can I have a sign just to appease this physical side of me, my conscious mind, to know that you're there? And then you see the sign. You're walking down the street. You see a white feather. Oh, what an incredible, amazing feeling that is. So ask for signs. Look for them. They will definitely help you feel closer to your angels. And the next thing is have an altar or a sacred space that you can go to. So if you're feeling disconnected from your angels, or anytime you want to talk to your angels, anytime you want to feel close to your angels, you can just go to this sacred place that you have. And all it is a place that's basically reserved just for talking to your angels, or just for doing your meditations, just for connecting with spirit. And in that space, like on an altar, if that's what you're making, you might have things that remind you of the angels. Maybe that's where you keep your oracle cards and your tarot cards, or tarot. That's where you keep your oracle cards or your tarot cards. And maybe some angel figurines, flowers, incense, crystals, any of the things that are part of your healing and spiritual practice that are sacred and special to you. Those things will help you just automatically, as soon as you go to that sacred space, will instantly create that connection with your angels and with your spiritual side. All you have to do to feel close and connected to the angels is think about them. So if you think about the angels, learning about the angels, reading about the angels, watching videos about them, thanking them, just feeling gratitude for what they've brought into your life, any of that kind of stuff, because just simply thinking about the angels brings and attracts our energy into your life. It attracts the angels around you. If you're learning about Archangel Michael and you're reading about him and watching videos about him, every time you do that, his energy comes to you. It comes around you because you're thinking about it. Law of attraction, you're attracting it to yourself. So if you're feeling distant from your angels, and especially if it's your guardian angels that you want to feel closer to, because they're always there and they're just for you, all you need to do is think about them. All right, and the last two things are perhaps the two most effective and most important ways to feel close and connected to the angels. So the next one is talk to your angels. I talk to my angels all the time, and this is talking to your angels as if they're friends. I have nicknames for my angels. Archangel Raphael, I call him Raph. I'm like, Raph, I really need some healing in my life. I need some connection. I need some help with my children, and here's the deal. This is what's going on. This is what I'm struggling with, and I just start talking to him like he's a friend. And the thing is with angels, when you're just talking to them, don't hold back. They know it's in your heart anyway. There's no point in holding back. They're not going to judge you. They're not going to ridicule you. They're not going to do anything to make you feel bad. So when you're talking to your angels, is the safest time to face any of that stuff that you normally hesitate to face. So be sincere, be honest, start facing that shadow side, bring that stuff out, just be really, really heartfelt, and just get all that crap that's inside of you that's always building up, get it out and just talk to your angels. If you cuss, you like to use language like that, I have found that it doesn't really bother the angels too much. I mean, your angels kind of match your energy, so if that's kind of energy you have, your angels are probably going to have that energy too. So you don't need to hold back. Be yourself, be true, be authentic. It's the safest time you can ever do it, and you will definitely feel closer to your angels and that relationship when you just let it flow in that trust and that faithful space. So the benefit of doing that is that no matter what else you're doing, all that other stuff we talked about, no matter what you're doing, when you talk to your angels often and honestly and sincerely like that, you're going to increase the intensity and the effectiveness of anything you do when it comes to working with your angels. You're going to get more signs from the angels. You're going to have more synchronicities. You're going to hear them easier. You're going to attract what you need into your life to hear them easier. These things are going to happen just by talking to them. So it is very, very powerful. See them as your friends. It's like talking to your pets. You don't hold back when you're talking to a cat or a dog, because they just sit there and listen. They're not judging you. Technically, they don't even know what you're saying, right? But they seem to care. It's like that. Don't hold back. Just like that. And finally, the most important way to feel connected to your angels and to have that connection right there and available for you whenever you need it is through self-care and self-love. I know, it sounds crazy, but the best way to feel close to your angels is to love yourself and to take care of yourself. You've got to remember interconnectedness. We are all as one. Where we come from, we're all parts of source. We're all parts of creation. We are connected and as one. So when you love yourself, when you take care of yourself, you're essentially doing the same thing to your angels. You're giving them that same care and that same love. And I know it's so hard for so many of us to take the time out for self-care or self-love, especially if you're an earth angel. That's one of the biggest lessons you have to learn in this life is self-love. So I know it can be hard, but just think about it. Every time it comes time for you, every time you need to be taken care of, every time you're saying something bad about yourself or feeling bad about yourself, think about how you're also saying that to your angels, especially your guardian angels they're always there with you. Your thoughts, your feelings, all of that are going to be a reflection on them, and they're there to take care of you and to help you and assist you. So when you're also taking care of yourself, treating yourself with respect, you're helping your angels do that for you as well. So think about that. Taking care of yourself and loving yourself is a wonderful way and one of the best ways that you can send love and care to your angels as well. We are all one. Honor and love and take care of that divine spirit within you that is within all of us. And you'll feel closer to your angels, more connected, and how you hear them and feel them and see them is going to be so much easier for you. And that brings us to the end of this video. I hope that you found it helpful on your journey with your angels, and if you did, be sure you leave a like. And if you are interested in getting more videos, you know how it works. You subscribe and hit that little bell button to get notifications every time I publish a new video. And also, if you look down in the description down below, I'll leave links to the blog and the book and everything that I referred to in this video, and specifically the posts I mentioned, like the signs of angels that I talked about. And as always, I'm sending a ton of love and blessings to you. You are absolutely amazing for being here. And if you're still here at the very end of this video, I think it would be really cool if you just left like a quick comment down in the comments below, because I'm pretty sure almost everybody else has already clicked off when I said, and that's it for today for this video. So I think it would be really fun to see how many people actually get to this point, and kind of like a little special connection between us, because, you know, I like to tell you guys that I love you and that you're amazing and that I appreciate you so much, but I have no idea if anybody at all actually hears it. So it's just a crazy idea I had. If you would like to do that, or if you don't want to leave a comment, maybe just leave like a little smiley face or heart emoji or star emoji or something. We'll know what it means. And anyway, you are absolutely amazing and incredible. I hope you know it, and I wish all the best to come to you along your journey. And I am so looking forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye-bye.